Hello, my lovely spectators. Stevie here. Welcome to my studio. So, we are doing ABC April. I'm sure you know that because I told you yesterday. And today is the 4th, and it is D. D for DD. No, D for... you saw it before, peeking out before, but I'm going to play with Doilies. Doilies? 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 I don't know. How do you pronounce it? Is it a tomato kind of thing? I doubt it. So, doilies are very, very precarious because they are very delicate. But, you know, we like to include items. People are always including items into journals to add texture, to add sound, to add something a little different, even if they're not the best at functionality. So I want to try to talk about making it a little bit more functional so that we can actually use it. And I'm going to give you some doily adjacent kind of ideas. So let's get into it. I'm just looking really quick for, where are they? They're around here someplace. Okay, here we go. I just want to put them next to me, a stash of little pieces. Okay, so what is a doily? Basically, it's that old grandma thing that's on the on the table or on the mantle where you put it and then you put a little figurine on top of it and everything looks pretty. And those, you know, there can be fabric doilies, but when we talk about doilies, we're talking about these guys, right? Which we can find in nearly almost every single dollar store, Dollar Tree, etc. Right? So, they look right now like, oh, but it's like $1 billion here. So they look sturdy enough, but they're like $1 billion. So you could leave a few together to do this, which I'm thinking could be something. Or you can just separate them and do your usual coffee dye them, etc. Right? Or coffee dye them together in a few and maybe one off. So this is really how thin. I don't even think, is this a final dolly? I think it might be. I guess I could take a piece of tape and try, but I don't want to mess this up. So dollies come in several sizes. This is a pack from the Dollar Tree. It's about $30 and $1.25, and you get 3 different sizes. So usually, you know, you can, depending upon your journal size, might incorporate one into your journal as part of a signature and place it in there to add a little something interesting, like we were saying in the beginning. And just like a pause in all the straight edge paper. Having a hard time separating. There we go. See, I had to just like let it go. So I'm taking one of each of those, and I'm gonna put the rest in my stash because then make a ton of things. Mass make is over, even though my brain is always on mass make mode. The other alternatives to dollies that you could possibly find, which is dolly adjacent, or doily adjacent rather, I keep saying that wrong, like I'm loading furniture, moving it, are coffee filters. They are very similar in texture. They don't have a coating, but without the holes, they definitely, you know, afford for some more strength, right? And also, you know what, without the holes, with this you could actually do a little bit more. You could dye this, you could paint this, you could take this and put this into a spray box and spray it up with distress inks or whatever the case is. You could doodle around the whole entire edge. Hey, so coffee filters are an alternative, right, to use if you don't have the regular ones with the holes, or maybe you don't like those. And then this, I found this recently. Now this does have a texture. These are baking, also in the Dollar Tree, baking pie sheets to put inside baking trays. So they do have a little bit of a slip to them. I haven't tried to stamp or anything on them, but these are an alternative. They also provide the crunch, right, that we're looking to add in our journals. So let's go ahead and play with these, and let me show you what I was thinking. So let me do I have a journal? Well, one of the ideas is that, let me take out a journal here. Okay, I've been working on this one, and I included a dolly in here. And because it was one of the larger ones, if I were to put the regular dolly, and this one was coffee dye, it would be too big. Now, I could cut off the edges, and I could fold up both of them, but I decided to fold it completely in half. And what it did for me is kind of made a pocket. And I decided to stick a couple of extra little embellishments in here so that the person receiving this could, you know, utilize them. And on the other side, I did the same exact thing. I know I'm pulling them out because for a reason, right? And I even decorated the front here. Do we have another little? We'll leave those. 2 is enough for an example. So that may be one way that you have used dollies as well. Doilies. Okay, right? And so I said, you know, okay, well, yeah, we put it like that. It's in the thing. It you know, if we do it exactly or we do it a little bit, you know, it does. And it could serve as a pocket, right? But what if I wanted to put it on the page, use it as an embellishment of some sort? What could I do with it, right? Same thing with these and even these and, you know, all of these, right? And so I said, well, why couldn't they still be a pocket? So this is what I'm thinking. Now, there is a side that is smooth and you can see an embossment on it, right? And then there is a side that is more rough where you can tell that the machine is pushing down and cutting them all at the same time. And there's a roughness, a rough texture to it. So what I want to do is I want to see the smoothness of it all, right? And, you know, if you're not coffee dyeing it and changing the texture, you could easily also be coloring, because sometimes there's a design. These happen to have a floral design, right? I'm not going to do that today. Now, if I just would have folded up and say, oh, you know, well, there you go, I have a pocket. And yeah, it's fine. And you can do that still and go, there's a pocket, but it's kind of wide. And you can do another fold. But it's like, why don't we just do something that's a little taller and narrower? Like this, right? So this is what I was thinking. Why couldn't we just fold this up like this? Yes, we're going to fold this up a little bit right here, right? And look, we have a nice pocket that we can then attach to a page. I think this is a very simple idea, right? And then I have this book page button that I had printed out on some paper that had maybe questionable words. It's pretty thick paper, actually. And all I'm going to do is take my glue. You know what? I'm either going to do this with art glitter, not art glitter glue, with this glue. The only thing is when you go to press it down, right, you need to double check that you haven't passed through all the holes. So I'm going to just make this guy nice and adhesive, right? And I'm going to pick a direction and I'm going to do this. So yeah, a little more gentle when we're pressing it down, right? And there we go. We have a pocket. Now, if you wanted some extra security on that, of course, I will go in here. Right? Put that there. And I would put some extra glue in here. And put that there. Okay? And there you go. You got a pocket. So if you had a tag, I'm just looking for something I could grab. Pretty decent sized tag. If you had a tag, you could stick this in the bottom. Okay, and this guy could fit on a pocket. Now, how big is it? It is 8. Hold up, sorry. It is 8 inches tall, 8.5 almost, by the widest being 7. So the bigger one might not be the best for it, but this is the idea, right? So let's look at some other ones. We had a smaller one. Let's go, let's make them all. That's what today is about, right? Today is about doilies. Said it correctly without saying it again wrong. Okay, let's take and let's see how big one this is going to be. So again, with the texture side up, I'm going to put one of these curvatures up. I'm going to bring this over. maybe to the first little divot like this, right? I like to have something that's a visual marker so I could feel like I'm doing it right. Okay, make a little V on the bottom here when we fold it. Can you see all of that? Let me go up a little bit, right? Okay, like this. Okay, and that's beautiful. You could actually just leave it like that. It's kind of long though, and stuff, but I would then take this and bring it right up to where it intersects right there, and that's going to be my pocket. There you go. Okay, and so now I'm going to take another button. Let's see, I have a green button, right? Right, you could put a flower, you could put a sticker. I'm just using what I got. I'm building these in my stash, and these are going to be showing up in my in my journals. So you go like that. You bring it close up here, so that way it's touching excuse me, all three pieces. Okay, and so let's take the tag. Now obviously the tag would not be this wide of a tag, but I just want to put it in here just to show you that it's not connected, right? You want to make sure. And there you go, you have a pocket. So now how wide are these? These are still kind of wide, about 7, but then that means we can go on to a narrower width, right? That's what we're gonna have to think about. But I mean, you play with them. This is an idea. Start folding, guys. Let's try. Let's do a little one. Let's do a tiny one. Okay, and let's pay attention to the curvature, right? So here's our curve in the center. I'm looking at this numbers. I'm looking at how many boxes over. So I'm going to go to about 4, and I'm going to bring that in, and 4 over here, and bring this one over there. Now, if you do it super tiny, you're going to get really close. But here, as long as I'm bringing it in the same amount-ish, right? There we go. I can create a pocket like that, and then I bring it up to my intersection here. Okay. Now it's a little bit shallow, but if you wanted to make it a little longer, you could bring it this way, you could bring it that way, whatever the case is. I like to bring it up here only because in my brain, when I put my little sticker or something, let's grab a sticker. Let's grab a, I have some of these really pretty roses that have, excuse me, doily, gold accents, and I could put that here. Now I have to be careful that when I put the sticker that I'm not going into where this is. So, you know, you just have to watch for that, but I could do that. I thought that would be beautiful. Okay, so we take the sticker off. We come up here. I have my finger in the way so it doesn't stick right away. I'm paying attention to over there, and there we go. Okay, there we go. And then check that it's not sticking. I mean, it's gonna stick because it's gonna have the holes, but you can just, you know, with your finger make it a little less sticky. Maybe you have some powder, you can just put some powder on your finger, and then you can just go like that to release the stick. Look at that, it's gorgeous. These are gonna go in my journal that I'm making on the channel you'll be seeing soon. Beautiful. Oh, I love this. Imagine doing this for like a wedding placement or something. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I think it's cozy. It's so cute. So look, so here we go. We got 1, 2, 3 versions, right? So again, if we added a little bit more of an angle to this, we could have a narrower pocket, but we have the frill and the design of this. Now, how does it look when we have one that is look at that stacked. Okay, let's do one that's not whatever you call it, no holes, right? That's fine. Let's do the same thing. Let's pay attention, use our board, right? We have all of our tools. Let's use our board as the example. So I'm looking at this. I'm going up to 7. I don't want it too wide. Up to 7. I'm just pinching it there. From 5, I'm going to 3, 2 inches this way, pinching it there. Okay. Now I'm going to see how much do I want it to go in. Now this is telling me that it needs to stop here. That's fine. You know why I say that? Because this is going to be at the edge of this fold. And I'm good with that. Okay. Then I'm going to be able to bring this up again. Since there's no holes, I don't think it matters too much. But you can pretty much place this wherever. Let's place it here. Okay. So it looks a little wrinkled because I'm manhandling it. But if you know what you're doing and you just go straight to it, you should be fine. Let's make this a little more interesting. Let's just put some numbers. 8:45. No, that 4 has something showing. That 6 has one showing too. Here. 8, 5, and 1. Right? I mean, I don't mind that. You may think I'm kooky, but that's okay. So we're gonna put glue, again, double-sided glue, and we're gonna see. So we're experimenting now with this texture. Here's the 8. Okay, seems it's gonna hold. Let's see. Let's do the 1. Okay, over here. And let's add a 5. Oh, the 5 got stuff too. Meaning it has white and I'm not inking. Oh, this 5 doesn't. Okay. I'm not inking right now. We're not inking. You can ink the piece that you're applying to it. Sure. Let's do this a little bit straighter. Okay. Okay. So 8, 1, and 5. There you go. You got a pocket. Something interesting and different to put on a journal. Okay. All right. So this is that baking paper for you to line for pies. Not bad. And let's take the last one, which is the coffee dyed paper. And we're going to do the same thing. Now this one is prime for being able to have, you know, some stamping on it. This one I know will take stamping really nicely. I don't have anything, do I, right now? Let's see. I got a block. Let's see if we can grab something to stamp on it. No, that's not. We need something. Okay, sorry. No. I got these big old stamp sets that I'm looking at, and I'm just like, nope, it's not really going with the flowery of the, not the flowery, but the thing. Let's do a butterfly. Let's just grab a butterfly from here. And let's see what that does. We are trying things. All right. I really hooked up my space here, and then I dropped the Verse of Claire on the floor. Oh my goodness, hold please. I literally just grabbed whatever. So this is strawberry. We're just testing things out, but it's gonna probably come out pretty enough that I could use it for something. I need my stamping, so I have this next to my blocks. I usually put some gush underneath my stamp pad so that way I could try to get the best possible stamp when I'm stamping. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this. Okay, so let's say I just go around. I don't think I stamped in that center area. Could be the stamp if I haven't used it before. Not the best stamper, guys. Okay, not the best stamping, but you know what? It's not about the stamping necessarily. If this is something you want to do, of course, you'll be a little bit more, but we're just giving you a sense of things. Let me clean this off. I'll put this away later. Okay, and then let's fold her up. So I'm also letting her dry a little bit. So let's see here. I know I want to have one on the top. I think these are my best go-to ones. I think I'm going to use, this is the center one. And I'm going to do the same thing. Ooh, it comes out on the back. That's interesting. All right, let me get this out of here. This is distracting me. All right. Okay. We're going to pull this up to 7. Okay. We're going to pull this up to 3. A little bit inward. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. And then we're going to put this up there. Oh, this is cute. And since I have the butterfly there, maybe I'm gonna just take something interesting. I have a little piece of silver tape. Maybe that's not your kind of interesting, but I'm not unhappy with that, right? And there you go. You have another pocket. And of course, I taped it on the thing. And here, look, we could even put some flowers in here if that's our botanical thing. And that could be what we have on our page. Look at that. I think this is a great idea. I really haven't seen anyone do this. I don't know. If you have, tell me who. I would love to see their interpretation. Again, I don't know. I've never seen this. This is cool. This one's lifting up a little bit, but that's okay. I didn't probably put enough glue here. So I'm going to take my chances with some art glitter glue. Put it down. By the time I put my nail, oh my goodness, I forgot words. There we go. So here we got doily pockets. So if you're new and you've enjoyed, please consider subscribing. If you have been here with me, thank you so much for keep coming back. I do appreciate that. If you like this, please like the video. Comment below, would you do these? What other things do you think we could use as pockets? I'd try it. Anyway, so D for doily. And so tomorrow is where's my little calendar? Ooh, I lost my calendar. There it goes. Tomorrow is Sunday. So freebie. We don't have a letter, but I will have a video because I am doing the 100 days. So yes, I'm in the 30s now, which is really cool. Anyway, so yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, I'll still be out here with something for you guys. Until then, ciao, ciao. Bye.